If you have not seen the previous episode, I highly recommend you go and check that one out first before watching this one. I'll link it down below in the description of this video because it's a rather big one. It's a rather important episode. Regardless, if you have seen it, you'll know that Arcturus Mengsk ended up betraying Kerrigan, and he basically left her to die on one of the planets where the Zerg was invading. Now, the mission that followed, I already tried completing, but I did not quite get it yet. That mission is called The Hammer Falls, Command Ship Hyperion.
The fleet has lost contact with the ground forces at New Gettysburg. General Mengsk has ordered the immediate disengagement of the core Hall fleet from the Tarsonian system. Protoss and Zerg forces continue to battle across the core continent of Tarsonis. Receiving incoming transmission.
I can't believe he actually left her down there. I'm gone, and you better come with me. There's no telling who Arcturus will screw over next.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Gentlemen, you've done very well. But remember that we've still got a job to do. The seeds of a new empire have been sown. And if we hope to reach...
To hell with you!
You're making a terrible mistake. Don't even think to cross me. I have sacrificed too much to let this fall apart.
You mean like you sacrificed Kerrigan?
You'll regret that. You don't seem to realize my situation here. I will not be stopped. Not by you, or the Confederates, or the Protoss, or anyone. I will rule this sector, or see it burnt to ashes around me.
Cut him off, Raynor.
The fleet is prepped and ready, Commander. Awaiting orders.
The hell with him. We're gone.
There we go.
It appears that General Duke has successfully activated Tarsonis' primary defensive weapon, the ion cannon. The cannon must be shut down if any escape attempt is to be made.
Now, I saw a lot of people comment on the previous video asking if I really did not know what was going to happen. And while of course I did know that Kerrigan was going to be taken by the Zerg, I did not quite realize the situation that we were in. I mean, that was the very first time I've ever played that StarCraft 1 mission. And of course, any of the follow-up missions after this as well, I've never played before in my life. So, even though I kind of understood the scenario, and of course I did see the cinematic at the beginning of Wings of Liberty, I didn't quite understand the scope of it, right? And I actually did not think that Arcturus Mengsk was that much of a bad guy until that previous episode. Anyway, it's time for the next one. It's called, well, I actually don't know what it's called, but apparently our objectives are to destroy the ion cannon, and Raynor must survive.
Commander, looks like we're on our own. It's funny. Seems like yesterday Arcturus was the idealistic rebel crusader. Now he's the law and we're the criminals. It kills me to know that we hope to achieve his goals of conquest.
Alrighty. Now, of course...
We should have let her go.
Oh, calm down. Calm down, Raynor. Of course, one of the things we ended up doing in the previous episode as well is give this mission a try already. I ended up making a lot of raids, which was pretty fun, not gonna lie. It was a powerful setup, but it wasn't quite enough to complete the mission. And while apparently there was a little bit of wiggle room and like a small chance that I would be able to, you know, get it to work eventually, I think that we can all agree upon the fact that since I've got the option to create a lot of battlecruisers, that is probably going to be a better option indeed. So let's get started right here by creating ourselves a barracks, and of course we're building up that economy. I am most definitely gonna need go return those minerals, please. I am most definitely gonna need a lot of gas here. So let's start up the refinery rather early here as well. But I'm thinking about trying to create as many battlecruisers as I can, who are of course a little bit more of like a reliable unit rather than you know, rather than just simply focusing on raids, which, you know, can work out decently well as well. But I think that this is going to be a little bit more powerful, and it should still be a lot of fun. So, while we already gave this this mission a try in the past, today we're gonna see if we can complete it, which I'm gonna assume is definitely going to be doable. Apparently, this is one of the first difficult missions of the campaign, is what people pointed out, with the exception, of course, of Brood War, where supposedly all of the missions are indeed rather tricky. We got that barracks just about to finish up, supply depot just about to finish up as well. And I think for now, we'll just simply continue building up a bunch more SCVs, and we're gonna go straight into that factory here as well. There we go. So with any excess, like, leftover resources, I may definitely go ahead and check out if I can produce some bio units as well, so some marines and whatnot. But I think for the most part, I want to try and see if I can build up a bunch of battlecruisers. Battlecruisers, of course, are very expensive. So we will have to try and see if we can get some upgrades on them so they don't just randomly die and they can deal some additional damage as well. But I think for the earlier part of this mission, I'm just simply going to try and build up forces while sitting back here. Now, we could, of course, just simply resort to Marines and Siege Tanks. But since I've already tried maxing out on a lot of Siege Tanks and Vultures, and then, of course, I've played Mass Marine as well, I think it would be fun if we focus on a bunch of air units as well. And while raids just barely did not cut it, I think that Battlecruisers may very well be enough. So I think for now, we're just simply gonna go ahead and go straight into a starport, while still building up that SCV count. And of course, that means that we are going to need another barracks here too. We got that very first starport coming in right now. That's gonna be good. And I think at the same time, I also want to start producing an armory. I think one armory should probably be enough for now. At the very least to, complete this mission with. I think we're going to primarily focus on armor upgrades. I think that the Battlecruiser does deal a lot of damage. I don't know if we actually have the Yamato gun available right from the get-go, which is going to be an important one too. But we can indeed support a ton of SCVs here. I think we do have enough in gas right now. As far as I know, I don't think we can properly expand. I know that there are expansions somewhere out on the map, but they seem rather far away, and I don't think we are quite supposed to. So let's go ahead and start up the science facility here as well, which is going to be a necessity. And I think we can potentially even go for a second. I don't know if we can, but I think that we can potentially even go for a second starport here too, so we can support a couple of these battlecruisers at a time. I'm really wondering if you get enough gas here though, because I mean, while we can support a ton of SCVs here on minerals, and I think I actually may be blocking one of the mineral patches with that supply depot. That's a little unfortunate. We are going to need that attachment right here very shortly. And I think we'll go ahead and I think we're going to go for the ship plating. I think the ship plating makes a lot of sense. Just to, like, increase that. I don't know if you're supposed to. Maybe you are supposed to upgrade, attack on battlecruisers instead. But we'll go around and start those up shortly. Let's start up a couple more SCVs. Let's start up the, it's the physics lab. So we can start producing some of those battlecruisers. And I believe that is also the point where we can actually go ahead and research those upgrades, the Yamato gun and whatnot. For some reason, it's called Yamato Cannon in StarCraft 2, and it's called Yamato Gun in StarCraft 1. Not entirely sure why. Anyway, I think that we've got enough SCVs by now, right? I would imagine we do. So let's start saving up some resources here. We can now also get the Yamato Gun. I wonder if we want to get the Colossus Reactor first, though. I mean, if we're gonna build a lot of, if we're gonna build a lot of battlecruisers, we may as well go ahead and give that a try. So we are up to 2 starports right now. I wonder if I'm gonna need a second expansion, though. I think we may. Let's do a little bit of moving out on the map. So these things are very pricey. We need 300 gas each. I don't think the gas is going to be much of an issue. Or the minerals is going to be much of an issue. But I think the gas is going to be something that we will have to try and get. So if I could find a second expansion, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll just, start producing some Marines. And I think I actually may just go ahead and queue up some of them right now. No particular reason not to. Yeah, 300 gas is a lot. Now, they did take a long time to produce as well. So I was thinking maybe two starports was going to be an option, but judging by this here so far, it seems a little bit tricky. I don't even know if it's a smart idea right now to, move out with this small army. I mean, Goliaths aren't that terrifying, but... Alright, let's start up our very first battlecruiser. Look how long that takes. That is going to take quite some time before we can get it. We can also get, of course, the Yamato gun here shortly, which is going to be nice. But I think for now, let's also go ahead and create some Marines. And because of that, I don't think we're going to be able to make use of the second starport until we find another base. But let's go ahead and start up an academy then at 2. Just because it's going to be helpful in giving us the upgrades we need to properly, make Marines. Without range, they're not going to be very helpful. They're going to need Stimpack here too. Alright, so first battlecruiser is about halfway done. Titan reactor just about to finish up. And we're going to continue looking around this map for a little while longer. I guess we can clean up the path, though. Oh, there are some units now attacking us, which is a little annoying. Alright, first battlecruiser is not quite gonna pop out yet. Actually, they stopped the production right there of the... They stopped the production right there of the academy, which is a little annoying. We also will have to get ourselves... Yo, can you guys kill that guy, please? Thank you. We also will have to get ourselves a comsat tower here in a second. And I guess we can produce our second starport right now as well. And create another battlecruiser here. Okay. So I'm kind of scouting around on the map here. I didn't really do that very much in the previous attempt. Alright. We did lose a lot of units here already, though. I would like to get another base. If we could get another base, I think that would be very helpful. Let's get ourselves the comsat tower. So we can have a scan available. I'm gonna hotkey that at hotkey 0. And, I remember finding at least a base or two somewhere, but... Anyway, let's get the U2 whatever shells thingy, which would be good. And I actually wonder, I asked this in the video before as well, if it's like worth even getting like Stimpack. Because Stimpack is of course very good, but without, you know, the medics healing up my units, I feel like it's a bit of a risk. And it seems like most of you agree on that as well. Like, Stimpack is good, but you only really activate it when you want to like lose your units. Right? Because if you like activate it at random, you may very well end up losing it. So, there is indeed room for another bit of gas over here. You think that's worth it? I don't really need minerals. Minerals is not the issue here. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and construct another bunch of barracks. Battlecruiser operational. And since we really can't make much use of the income that we get right now, I'll just simply try and see if we can secure this base and hold it for a little while. So give me a second while I build up my battlecruiser count. Oh, the enemy is actually currently engaging us. I've gone ahead and built a lot of additional barracks now too. They do have the Yamato guns available now. Should we cast one? I don't think it's gonna... It's probably not gonna, you know, survive until that long. No, it's already dead. I did increase the amount of barracks that I've got, and I also now finished up another base. And this one is just exclusively gonna be there to start creating some additional gas income for me. I think I may want to send some of these dudes maybe over to start mining over here maybe too, because I'm not mining particularly efficiently. Like this base design here, like the layout of this base, is definitely not the most ideal. I probably should have thought about that a little bit more beforehand. But anyway, let's start up another battlecruiser, and look at that. Now we can start producing 2 of them at once, which I think is pretty cool. I'm gonna send a handful of marines over here as well, because while I do have a couple, I think we may be better off by just simply getting a couple more here too. Just, well, otherwise we may run out of our second source here of gas. Why is it though, like in the campaign, right, that like the bases are so far apart from minerals and gas? Like the mineral patches are oftentimes really far apart as well. Like look at this. This is some real inefficient mining right here. I guess this was never designed with the intention of it being played at like a professional level, right? Anyway, so we got 4 battlecruisers right now. At this point though, we can really start producing quite a few of them. I think we can now also start affording ourselves another upgrade here. So let's get ourselves the second ship weapon upgrade. I did, by the way, get Stimpack here, just, well, because we kind of may need it. Although I'm not convinced that we do. I think it will take a little while longer though for me to get like a full control group worth of battlecruisers. Now some of you did point out too that if you wait for too long in this game and you just sort of give the opponent a lot of time, or the computer that is, they actually may become more powerful because they also are mining. And essentially they start off with a small base just like myself, if I understand correctly. And like the longer you wait, the more difficult it becomes to like fight the opponent as well. So I wonder if I'm not like, you know, waiting a little bit too long before engaging them here. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Set the course. Oh, wow. Did they just nuke this? Did they just... Okay. I have no clue why that was just a thing. Apparently they really did not like my refinery very much. Let's repair those things up real quick. Anyway, I'll go ahead and create a couple more battlecruisers here. Alright, so I just have another one about to pop out. There it is. I think we're gonna do a little bit of exploration with these guys. I actually don't know how good these things are. I know in StarCraft 2, if you get like a handful of battlecruisers, they are very powerful. Of course, they are still flying units. Oh yeah, they're plenty... No, they're plenty strong. Look at that little dome right there. Ooh, look at that zoom in as well. Look at that. I guess they're growing vegetables here. We gotta make sure that the Terrans, of course, don't get ill. That would be bad. Did that just... Wow, I think that science vessel may have just EMP'd me. Alright, well, that's okay. I do plan on, like, looking at most of the map now, though, considering we do need to complete this one in a proper manner now. I do want to check out at least most of the map. They do a lot of damage, though. Look at that. Poof! Immediately shut down. Perfect. So I am still producing 2 at once. I actually think that second gas is working out real nice. I did get another comp set as well, by the way, just so I can scan if enemy units are gonna be nearby. We may get another couple of SCVs there on minerals, just because we can. Alright. Hit him! How long does it take to kill a siege tank? He's a master sergeant, though. Does that matter? Hold up. I wanna do... How much does that cost? 150 energy? Alrighty then. Does any one of you have 150 energy? Not even close. No, I did definitely get EMP'd. And I'm getting EMP'd again. Oh, they're strong, though. Look at this. They're gunning them down before they even get any kind of damage in. Now, there's, of course, no tactical jump in this game, by the way. A little bit differently than what we have in StarCraft 2. No such thing as tactical jump, so I do have to be careful if I want to reinforce the way that I have been here thus far. I think those are going to be the scariest units that we have to face. If they've got a lot of Goliaths, that could become some trouble there. So we're gonna have to try and target fire those things down ASAP. Oh, there's actually quite a few of them as well. They're still very powerful, though. But yeah, I do have to make sure that I target fire down the Goliaths, because without them, or you know, the Goliaths are capable of dealing a lot of damage. Anyway, let's shut down that factory. Look at the damage output of these things. Wow, that's actually really solid. All right. Because of that, of course, I do want to make sure that I get rid of the factories too, if I can. And I guess we can produce a couple of other marines, just because we got the minerals for it now. Very good. Let's get you in there. Gotta be careful. There's a ton of missile turrets all over the map as well. And missile turrets actually can shoot really far away in this game. Got some raids. There we go. Do any of you have enough energy yet for a Yamato gun? I would like to see that. Oh, this one is at 100 and... There we go. Can I cast it at buildings as well? Oh, I can. There you go. Woo! That's strong. That's actually really strong. I could, technically speaking, make a bit of a... I could, technically speaking, like, micro back towards these SCVs over here and, like, repair my units up, right? So if I sent, like, my weakened units back, at least the ones that are a little bit lower than we want them to be, and I put these guys on repair, we're gonna be able to keep them alive for a little while longer here, too. Now, I will need to create another couple of depots here. Okay, you guys repair these guys? Oh, this one's actually very low. There you go. All of them getting repaired up. And it's gonna take some time. But we're slowly progressing on the map. I really should have made some more supply depots, I guess. But look at this, though. This is like the weirdest main base that I've ever seen in this game thus far. There's room for another expansion here. There's no gas here whatsoever, but... at least we got that going. One of the things I do have to keep in mind is that there's no, like, smart casting in this game. So if I want to, like, for example, gun that guy down, I need to make sure that I select an individual battlecruiser, because otherwise all of my battlecruisers all at once immediately EMP'd a single dude, which seems a little unnecessary. I did change the rally point, by the way, as well, of these starports towards the expansion, I guess, that I've got over here. You guys should probably consider mining for a little while longer. And we'll create a few more... ooh, look at that! We'll create a few more SCVs there as well. No! Stop! Ugh. That's okay. There's a lot of ghosts here now as well. These ghosts do a lot of damage. Are they cloaked? Yeah, they are. Oh, this is actually a lot of units all of a sudden. Get out, guys. Oh, they're all in stasis. Woo! Or actually, no. I think that's lockdown, right? A lot of you talked about lockdown in the past. That I did not use it as effectively as I could have. In a bunch of my missions. It's okay, we're fine. That was a lot of units there, though, taking damage. I don't know how long stasis lasts. Alright, here we go. I think that must be lockdown, right? One of those ghost abilities that does not get used at all in multiplayer, if I understand correctly. Apparently there are a few units trying to engage us over here. Alright. I think we're gonna have to send some reinforcements over in that direction here too. How long is that gonna last? Is that gonna last indefinitely? I mean, it's lasting a long time, that's for sure. Get him, please. Look at the amount of stuff they have, though. This is actually kind of risky. Whoa, look at that. All of a sudden, they're like engaging everywhere. Gotta be careful here. No, you guys probably do. No, Raynor. Stop being suicidal, you idiot. I lose this mission if you die. Oh, get out. Nuclear launch detected. Whereabouts again? I do not know where that nuclear launch is. If it's on top of Raynor, I would be very disappointed. Okay, guys, please repair him. That would be good. Although I don't think it really matters if... That actually got surprisingly close there. Alright, I don't know where that nuke was. I heard it. Maybe I killed the ghost that casted it. Or maybe if I look back at my natural rate, yes. Guess we figured out where that was. Alright, so I do have a lot of Battlecruisers now. You guys are gonna be hotkey number 2. Congratulations, you've been promoted. You're gonna be hotkey number 1. And I guess you can shortly join in hotkey number 2 here as well. Alright, I think we're gonna reinforce over here instead, though. You guys, I guess, can defend that base while we go ahead and push into the main objective point. Let's go ahead and shut down that missile turret. I know there's a ton of them. Yeah, we're not gonna have any Yamato guns. I've given up on that already. All right, I've got quite a few Battlecruisers now, though, that are just sort of hanging around. Is that the ion cannon already? Oh, hey, that was actually surprisingly easy here. I guess going mass raid was an option, but just simply building a lot of Battlecruisers, definitely one here as well. Now, I think that this may very well be the last mission of the Terran campaign.
Fellow Terrans, I come to you in the wake of recent events to issue a call to reason. Let no human deny the perils of our time. While we battle one another, divided by the petty strife of our common history, the tide of a greater conflict is turning against us, threatening to destroy all that we have accomplished. It is time for us as nations and as individuals to set aside our long-standing feuds and unite. The tides of an unwinnable war are upon us, and we must seek refuge upon higher ground lest we be swept away by the flood. The Confederacy is no more. Whatever semblance of unity and protection it once provided is a phantom, a memory. With our enemies left unchecked, who will you turn to for protection? The devastation wrought by the alien invaders is self-evident. We have seen our homes and communities destroyed by the calculated blows of the Protoss. We have seen firsthand our friends and loved ones consumed by the nightmare Zerg. Unprecedented and unimaginable though they may be, these are the signs
tremendous strength. Already many of the dissident factions have joined us. Out of the many, we shall forge an indivisible whole, capitulating only to a single throne. And from that throne, I shall watch over you. From this day forward, let no human make war upon any other human. Let no Terran agency conspire against this new beginning. And let no man consort with alien powers. And to all the enemies of humanity, seek not to bar our way. For we shall win through, no matter the cost.
Mr. Mengsk, definitely the Emperor we you know don't deserve, but apparently the one we got. No, that's not entirely true. I guess the Terran people don't quite realize what an ass he actually is. Anyway, that does indeed mean that we have just now completed the first episode of the original StarCraft campaigns, which is of course called the Terran. That means that in the next one we're starting off with the Zerg. Probably my personal favorite race, at the very least, like lore-wise. I think the Zerg are absolutely incredible. I don't actually know what the story of the Zerg in the original campaign is like. I don't actually know where it starts off. I don't know where it will end. So I am really excited for it. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, so you get a notification as soon as I upload more as well. Other than that, I want to thank you very much so for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one.